Hello everyone and welcome to another new tank available through the Battle Pass kind of thing. Here's a new video to basically commemorate that fact. And just look at it, it looks wrong. It's a Chaffee hull with an AMX 1357 turret, which is what Wargaming has told us. And the camo looks quite nice, but it just looks, I don't know, it looks off. The turret doesn't seem to fit the tank and everything, and I like the camo and everything. It's kind of cute, but it looks off in a way. But yeah, this is the tank that you can earn with the October Battle Pass. And to be honest, I'm really glad that I got to give away the Battle Pass that leads to this tank, rather than a Battle Pass that led to the Dreadnought, because I do think that this tank is a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable. Now, I've compared it to the Chaffee, the AMX 12T, which is the French basically counterpart on Tier 6. And I've also compared it to the AMX 1357 because that is where it gets the turret from. Now, of course, Tier 7 tank will be a lot stronger, so there is that as well. But if we don't look at the DPM and all of that, they're actually quite similar as tanks as well there, which is kind of funny in my opinion. So basically we have the DPM of the Titan is 1365, it is 1828 for the Chaffee and 1365 for the AMX 12T. Basically it is more of a 12T than a Chaffee, that is that. Like the penetration is 144 for the Titan and the AMX, and it is 135 for the Chaffee. All three have an alpha of 160. The rate of fire is 8.53 for both the Titan and the AMX. The Chaffee doesn't have an autoloader, so that's really not comparable, not properly in any case. The caliber is 75 for the Titan and the AMX, and it is 76 for the Chaffee. And the shell velocity is 1000 for the Titan and the AMX, but it is 975 for the Chaffee. Basically the aim time, this is where the Tier 7 is the same, is 1.72 for basically the Titan, the AMX 12T and the AMX 1357. It is 1.9 for the Chaffee. The dispersion is 0.344, which is also the same for the AMX 12T. We have the dispersion for the rotation, everything. That's pretty much a little bit better. That's more Chaffee than AMX 12T. Then we have the gun depression is 6 degrees for the Titan, it is 10 degrees for the Chaffee and 4 degrees for the AMX 12T, so that is quite different. And the gun elevation is 10 degrees for the Titan, 15 degrees for the Chaffee and 12 degrees for the AMX. And that's something that I did notice, that it will struggle with that sort of thing. And that's something to keep in mind. It's not the perfect ridgeliner because of that, despite that it looks quite cute. Now the aiming arc is 180 degrees for all. Basically the speed is 55 kilometers per hour forwards, 20 backwards. And this is where things get a little bit weird, because for the Chaffee it is 56 forwards, 21 backwards. And for the AMX it is 65 forwards and 23 backwards. So it is a lot slower. Not a lot. It is slower than even the Chaffee, even if it was by 1 kilometer. I was surprised at that. So we have an engine power of 440, which is the same as the Chaffee, whereas the AMX 12T has 303. The power to weight ratio is 23.42, which is 22.44 on the Chaffee and 25.59 on the AMX 12T. Basically there's some differences in the effective HP per ton and the terrain resistance and the traverse and everything. The camo rating is the same as the Chaffee, which is 27% while still and while moving, where it is 32% for the AMX 12T. And after shooting, the AMX 12T has 7%, whereas the Titan and the Chaffee both have 6%. Now the view range is 264 for all three. It's even the same for the Tier 7 one. The HP is 900. The weight is, well, doesn't really matter. And then you get to the armor. Now the turret armor frontally is 50, sides of 40 and back is 30. This is 40, 25 and 25 for the Chaffee and 40, 20, 20 for the AMX 12T. and the hull armor is 40 frontal, 30 on the side and 30 back, which is 25, 25 and 19 for the Chaffee, and 50 frontally, so that's actually better on the 12T, but 20 on the side and 15 on the back, that is actually less, and it even has more armor than the tier 7 counterpart where it's got the turrets from. So all in all, it is quite different, but let's call this a 12T with differences, because it has been modified. It's not exactly the same. Well, it is quite different actually, but it's sort of a mixture between the Chaffee and the 12T. The only thing is that, like, now we're talking about numbers, I'm just going to focus on how the tank priced for me. It is quite a nice tank. It is very similar to a lot of mediums in its tier, but I don't really enjoy it. I mean, it's nice. There's nothing like really wrong with it. It just feels a bit sluggish compared to the Chaffee, which feels faster. It is slightly faster, but also the way that the Chaffee behaves with the gun depression and everything, I feel that it can work more positioned, and I actually enjoy the Chaffee a lot more than I do this tank. And it's basically stuff like that. The tank itself, like I said, it's not that bad. I just don't enjoy it as much. And you will see, like, the situation that I get into now. I basically get myself into all sorts of trouble, which is, like, I always find it quite funny. And there's... I do this to myself. I pretty much have no patience, and I go into pretty much YOLO. And then I get shot a lot, and I nearly pay for it with my in-game life. Even though I do manage to survive. Like, that is a very low roll. I think he wants to ram me, but I avoid that happening. But only just, and then he gives chase. But yeah, this tank, it kind of looks nice and it works nice. It's nothing really special, and that's basically the thing here. I had hoped that for a Halloween Battle Pass tank, that it would do more than this. That it would be more different, more quirky, pretty much more dreadnoughty. Because now I'm killing it, and I didn't actually like that tank. But the fact that it looked very special, and in this case I'm missing kind of the Halloween look for it. And this to me is not a Halloween tank. But yeah, that's my little review of this next Battle Pass tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have lots of luck with the missions and actually getting the tank. And I'll be seeing you all later. Bye bye.